things that we do, it makes the unbeliever people, like those people who are unbelievers, to feel like it's better they are unbelievers because of how we are acting, our manners, our dressing ways. Like we're going to the church. You might tell somebody, okay, I'm going to the church. You might tell somebody that I'm going to the church, but look at how you're dressing. That person, if he's unbeliever, she might feel that there is no need for me to believe. Because why? Because of how you're dressing, how you're dressing, how you're acting. You don't act different. You don't act holy. You know, you should act on a way that you'll become the example that people will follow. Like the way you dress, people should follow you. The way you dress, like you're showing people. It's like you're a leader. You become like we're not allowed to call ourselves a leader, but when you're singing, maybe praising and worship in front of everybody, you should be like people. They should trust on you. That when you're singing or when you things like that, like yani, you have to act in a way that people should see something out of you, like inside you and out of you, like the way you look from the inner part of you and from the outer part of you. But most of us, we act in a way that people who are not believing in Jesus, they feel like they should not even go in that belief. Because why? Because of how we are dressing, how we are acting. Eh? You might find a believer, but he or she is acting like an unbeliever. Okay, then people will not see the importance of them to join you to worship Jesus. But when you are dressing well and you're acting well, people will be attracted with you. They'll be attracted with the inner part of you. They'll know, oh, this person is holy. Okay, we should know things about her. Oh, she has changed. She's looking holy. Why? Because you're following the word of God. But most of the people, the word of God has instructed us. In most of the things that we do, the word of God has instructed us. It has instructed us to do things, but we refuse to follow that. We refuse to follow the word of God. Even though the word of God has instructed on the dressing ways, on the ways of living, our behaviors, our manners, our everything, but we refuse to follow the word of God. You might find people, they read things from the word of God, from the Old Testament, but then they are taking few things from the Old Testament and other things they don't want to follow it. Why? Why are you following few things from the Old Testament and others you're saying, okay, Jesus has come to save us, he came to save us, okay, so we don't have to dress well or what? We just have to be in spirit, that's all. No, you don't have to be in spirit only. Remember, that's a word of God. From the book of Genesis to the book of Revelation, it's a word of God. It's not changing, and eventually it will never change for a human. God will never change for you to be satisfied. God will never change for you to do whatever you want to do. God will never go along with what you like, what you don't like. So you should understand. As a child of a living God, follow the word of God. Read the word of God and follow the word of God. Okay? Read it and follow it. From the book of Genesis to the book of Revelation. Don't just say, oh, why these people, they are trying to act like they are perfect. Nobody is perfect here. Nobody is perfect. We are all just following the word of God. When you see, there is a line in the Bible that it's telling us to dress well, we dress well. To dress in a respectable way, we dress in a respectable way. To cover our heads, we cover our heads. It's not like we're trying to be perfect. It's not like we are perfect, but we are trying to follow the word of God. Okay, so as we are the children of the living God, we are all brothers and sisters. So we are telling each other the truth. Always the truth heals. Read the word of God, understand it. And if you don't understand, maybe you see your neighbor is covering the head, and maybe you didn't get to see even a vision to know if whether it is true or not. First of all, believe in the word of God, and after that, pray about it. Ask God, okay, I'm seeing my neighbor covering her head. Is it right?